Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is prepositional phrase 122. The prepositional phrase today is vis-a-vis. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone uses the term vis-a-vis, it means in relation to or compared with. All right, and we have a second meaning here. It can also mean opposite or across from, in a way that one is facing each other. Okay, good. The phrase derives directly from French, and that's why we actually pronounce it vis-a-vis. A lot of times in French, the last letter is silent, so the last S in the second vis actually is just pronounced as V. Okay. In French, vis-a-vis means face-to-face. Okay. The French derived the term from Latin, originally visus, meaning a look or vision. Okay. The phrase seemed to become more popular during the time of horse-drawn carriages in which two people sat facing opposite each other, or they, basically sat vis-a-vis. Okay, let's continue. All right, we got 5 examples to show just how this is used. Here's the first one. The US dollar is usually stronger vis-a-vis other dollars, such as the Canadian, Australian, New Zealand, etc. Sometimes there is a small exception to it. I've seen a few times where the Canadian dollar surpassed the US dollar. I've even seen the Australian dollar for a very short time, surpass the US dollar. But if you average it out, most of the time, all of these dollars are usually, about 20 or 30% less than the US dollar. So let's continue. Number 2, a chimp is closer in DNA to humans vis-a-vis a gorilla. So compared with a gorilla. So if you compare a gorilla or in relation to a gorilla, a chimp is closer in DNA to humans. All right, number 3, we will review the role of Secretary of State vis-a-vis to Secretary of the Treasury. So they're comparing the two. They're making a comparison of the two. All right, number 4. So this goes more to the second meaning here, 4 and 5. She reserved a seat on a train, and just by chance, she ended up seated vis-a-vis her ex-boyfriend for a 2-hour train ride. So maybe they broke up years ago or 6 months ago, and they both happened to take the same train at the same time, and just bad luck. They ended up facing each other. So they ended up being seated vis-a-vis. So a lot of times we will say somebody is seated vis-a-vis, facing each other. All right, number 5. The marriage counselor made a stand vis-a-vis until we talked about and tried to work out our problem. So maybe this was one technique that he was trying to make the couple finally start talking to each other and figuring out a way to deal with their problems. Okay, anyway. I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.